This episode's gonna have spoilers for Agatha All Along, so if you haven't seen it yet and don't want spoilers, go watch the show, it's really good, but also click away in 3, 2, 1. So in the last couple of weeks, we've gone from Null, creator of the symbiotes and a god of primordial darkness, to Captain Universe, the chosen champion / maybe personification of a god of light that's been opposing Null for billions of years. And from there we very quickly move on to the concept of eternity. The literal concept. In the Marvel Universe, eternity is its own character, a personification of the universe itself. But eternity is not the only manifestation of an abstract concept in Marvel. In fact, eternity has siblings. There's Infinity, sort of the flip side of Eternity's coin, who represents the boundless space to Eternity's endless time. Oblivion, who predates all the others as well as the multiverse itself, and embodies the void that all iterations of the multiverse spawn from and return to on their destruction. Presumably this is different and of a higher magnitude than the primordial darkness that Null and gods like him come from, but I'm no abstract cosmological scholar. And then there's Death, and this is where we get into Agatha All Along spoilers because it turns out that's who Aubrey Plaza's character, Rio Vidal, actually is. So Death is, well, death. The end of life. The inevitable cessation of metabolic processes. The opposite of both eternity and life. Who's also Death's sister, but I'm not 100% where she fits into the whole Eternity family tree. Maybe it's an Elders of the Universe situation where they all consider each other symbolic siblings. This also makes her MCU self's past relationship with Agatha woefully lopsided. After all, it's kinda hard to call a romantic entanglement with a personification of a fundamental abstract concept anything other than imbalanced. But there is precedent here, as Death's comic self has a history of playing with the hearts of mortals. Just not Agatha Harkness. I'm gonna flip a coin and just guess that the most notable of Death's comic suitors is none other than Thanos, who's been obsessed with Death from a young age due to her frequent visits that may or may not have been hallucinations. Their relationship is a tumultuous one, not helped by the possibility that, again, some of their interactions may have been hallucinations. He's not called the Mad Titan for nothing. But I've always been of the opinion that Death sees Thanos as more of a useful tool than an actual potential partner. Not helped by the fact that Thanos is bug-fucking sane and relishes not just causing death, but the act of killing itself. In fact, serving death by killing half the universe was Thanos' motivation for gathering the Infinity Gems in the comics, leading to the Infinity Gauntlet storyline that formed a very rough basis for Avengers Infinity War. Ironically, the Infinity War storyline had almost nothing to do with the Infinity War movie. If anything, Death seems to have a softer spot for Deadpool of all people, which... Okay, you know what, I can buy that maybe Thanos had more of a shot than I thought if that's his competition. Although Deadpool and Death usually only meet up when Deadpool's having a near-death experience, and he's also not exactly right in the head, so he could be hallucinating that too. But then again, Thanos took Deadpool as a rival seriously enough to curse him with immortality, so yeah, who knows? Anyways, Death retired recently and passed the mantle on, because apparently that's a thing cosmic entities can do, but Thanos tracked her down and sealed her up in an artificial Infinity Stone, which then somehow brought Phil Coulson back to life with spooky death-related superpowers. Because comics. Yeah, I don't think any of this is gonna matter for the MCU, since Thanos is already dead and Deadpool's already in a committed relationship, but I guess we'll just have to see what Secret Wars does. And I think after leapfrogging around between Marvel Studios, Sony, and Fox drawing all these weird cosmic connections, I could use a bit of a break. I'll be back in a couple of weeks to talk Creature Commandos.